G'day guys, how's it going? My name is CJ. iOS 11 is coming along nicely and there's been a couple of iterations since my last video about the iOS on the iPad. If you watched my last video, you would have seen that I encountered a few bugs, and whilst it was a great move forward for the iPad at least, it wasn't without its niggling issues. Obviously iOS 11 is still in beta, so bugs are still going to be a given. However, with each new public version, we move one step closer to official release, and with that, the gradual quashing of various bugs and small improvements. So what's changed? Let's take a look. So the first change to talk about is in notifications. If you watched my previous video, one of my biggest gripes with iOS 11 was the change in how it handled notifications. It turned the notifications shade into a pseudo lock screen. With this, a swipe left would launch the camera regardless of whether notifications were present or not, making it more annoying to clear. This update, however, brings back the swipe left to clear option, and it's also added a swipe right to bring up an open option. So from the actual lock screen, you use your fingerprint or passcode and it'll take you straight to the app. It's a very welcome change. Next is a slight change to certain system icons such as the Notes app, the Reminders app, and even the Contacts app. Also, there were some other visual tweaks such as thicker Wi-Fi bars or a vertical keychain icon for the accounts and password in settings. Not really that big of a deal, but there they are. What is a big deal for me though is the system optimization. Having been using iOS 11 full time on both my main iPhone and iPad, there were definitely performance issues and bugs. More so with the iPhone than the iPad. This update has made a definite improvement in fluidity. Control Center no longer lags when you swipe up, and the multitasking window works properly. Animations are smoother and move faster than before. And we're getting less battery drain and less overheating as we've seen in previous versions. Overall, we've got a definite improvement in user experience, which is also another welcome change. Then finally, some important bugs have been fixed in this version. The biggest problem I had with the previous beta build was that neither my iPhone nor my iPad could download and install new apps. When tapping the download button, both devices would hang on the spinning circle and no progress would be made. This bug wouldn't necessarily affect already installed apps, and you could actually still update them. That being said, however, it would still take longer to initiate and actually start the process. But otherwise, there you have it. Overall, the third public beta for iOS is another incremental update. Most of the changes are under the hood, but there are a few welcome changes to usability. Also, whilst the overall experience hasn't changed too much for the iPad, iOS 11 is certainly reaching a point where it's more usable than not for the iPhone, where it used to be a buggy, battery hogging, overheating mess before. Again, since it's beta software, I wouldn't recommend people install it onto their main devices. That being said, if you're curious and have been thinking about trying it out, it's definitely a more stable example than before with less sacrifices associated. But that's basically it. What do you think? Have you been using the betas? Are there any changes you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments section below. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, give us a like if you did, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Say good day to your mum for me. Cheers.